El siguiente espacio es un programa pagado y las opiniones emitidas en el mismo no representan la opinión de CBBA Radio ni de sus patrocinadores.
Welcome to Your Health Naturally. I'm your host, Lilibeth Andre, a naturopath and pranic healer with Healthy Balance here in Houston, Texas. Last week we had a visitor, Lilibeth Andre, came to speak to us about holistic pet care and all the various therapies complementary health can bring to our pets for their health and wellness. If you missed the episode, you can find it on our YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to present my holistic anti-aging tip number 6. The tip is laughter. In real life, we account for a grave level of anxiety caused by reasons beyond our natural causes. The other causes, the natural ones, are those that allow us to respond to cases of urgency, emergency, and real attack. They are our natural outer defense response. But what about the anxiety caused by those artificial causes that we could say are self-imposed? It is the anxiety of wanting to do more than what we can do naturally. Many times, this anxiety is due to causes that really aren't worth it in our life. Causes that in the long run aren't going to fulfill us completely. And the result of subjecting ourselves to circumstances that exhaust our peace and calm in the continuous manner are reflected in the mirror, a reflection of the effect on our body and face, and perhaps even in our spirit and emotions. And why? Well, we are driven by economic, social, and environmental reasons, and on occasion, emotional as well. Here I'm going to mention the Serenity Prayer. I'm sure many of you already know it. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. This wisdom can help us discern what really matters, and if it is within our ability to create a change, then make it happen. And if the change is beyond our hands, then recognize the irreparable situation and reconcile acceptance. When we avoid it, we find ourselves living in constant stress because we haven't resolved our attitude in regard to these situations that alter our peace and calm on a daily basis. True that our level of anxiety and stress of daily life is not natural, but the ability to create change is within us. And more than that, as human beings, we have a great tool that no other being has at their disposal, and that is laughter. Laughter can be interpreted as a state of happiness, but it goes beyond that. It is an expression of impetuous and strenuous good humor, of liberation, of pleasure. A person who laughs is believed to be a happy person, and happiness gives us a healthier disposition as a result. And why is that? Well, studies demonstrate that adults who find humor in their life are more prone to live 35% more than others. Now that's a considerable amount, so maybe it's worth paying attention of how laughter can help us live longer. It has also been found that laughter reduces the hormones that stress us, like dopamine and cortisol and norepinephrine. These up by 70%. So that's another good reason why we should consider laughter, because our hormones will be up on the positive side, and we would also be reducing our negative hormones that cause stress. In addition, it has been found that laughter reduces risk of heart disease by 10%. That's considerable as well. And the immune system also benefits because it creates a great production of antibodies. So even if it's just to prevent a cold, maybe you should incorporate a few more jokes in your daily life. This can be because through laughter, we express our tension and worry. In other words, we extract stress from inside and we let it go. We release it. We don't keep it unresolved inside our mind, where it can transfer and manifest in physical afflictions. And these can be observed as aches or come up unexpectedly as time goes on as more serious ailments. The benefits of laughter have been observed all the way to the chromosomal level. Now that's interesting. It has been observed that a calm and positive state allows the necessary nutrients that help a healthy production of enzymes to be produced. These enzymes increase the growth hormone in charge of anti-aging and hormonal therapy. Now that sounds also very interesting. And this is very important when we're talking about holistic anti-aging and rejuvenation, of course. So if laughter can help us boost the enzymes that are going to feed our growth hormone, which is going to result in rejuvenation and anti-aging of our cells inside our body and out, well, then I think it's worth considering. Well, what else does laughter do? Laughter makes our body change for the better. High blood pressure goes down, our coronary health improves, and it's because the body increases endorphin production, the good humor hormone, and it reduces the production of hormones mentioned previously, like adrenaline and cortisol, that produce a stress environment. So that's what we don't want, and laughter helps us reduce that. Laughter also increases the level of oxygen in our body by relaxing it and allowing it deeper breathing. It has been observed that stress minimizes and accelerates our breath. In other words, our breathing becomes shallow and faster, and this is why we begin to lose the benefit of good oxygenation. So if we can laugh and release some of that tension, then our breathing will become more normal, and our pace will be back to a normal state instead of this faster and shallow breathing. Oxygenation increases circulation and fortifies the immune system as well. So that's more to boost our immune system and more increasing of our body circulation. And that could be why we have observed those important benefits in longevity and better health. It also improves insomnia created by unreleased emotions. Now that's also something to consider, because some of us will keep tension bottled up and then go to bed and expect to sleep soundly. Well, that's not going to happen. So maybe we can find a way to release some of that tension through laughter and good humor before getting to bedtime. All the effects of contained or lost laughter are reflected in early aging that begins from the inside, and this is reflected in our face and body. So as we were saying, if laughter is going to help build up our cell regeneration on the inside, lack of laughter will be counterproductive. So we want to consider those options as well, because we obviously want to help our body regenerate itself in the best way possible. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back.
Hola amigos, soy Cristóbal Galindo, el abogado de la raza, deseándoles un feliz Navidad y próspero Año Nuevo. Si tienes un problema o una duda, por favor, no quedes con esa duda. Ven a nosotros, la primera cita siempre es gratis. De mi familia, de mi equipo y yo, deseamos un feliz Navidad y próspero Año Nuevo.
¿Te gustaría tener tu propio programa de radio y televisión? CBBA Radio te crea tu propio show. Creamos tu contenido, paquete gráfico, copia de tu programa, repeticiones, promoción en canales de televisión y revista Convania. Llamadas en cabina desde cualquier parte del mundo, vía WhatsApp y Skype. En vivo por cbbaradio.com, Facebook y YouTube. Y lo mejor de todo, no necesitas tener experiencia. Todo esto a un precio de aniversario de $80 por una hora de programa. Llámanos ya al 281-745-4309 o escríbenos a info@cbbaproduccion.com. Reserva tu espacio ya.
¿Tuviste accidente de auto, tráiler o en el trabajo? ¿Necesitas terapias? Entonces llámanos ya al 713-228-3030. Te ayudamos, no importa tu estatus legal. 713-228-3030. Cristóbal Galindo, el abogado de la raza. La primer consulta es gratis.
Hello and welcome back to Your Health Naturally. We're talking about laughter as an anti-aging tip. We talked about several of the options that laughter provides in boosting our body's function and our emotional function. The worst thing is that the effects of the lack of laughter are also long-lasting. So we want to make sure we consider laughter in our everyday. Some studies observed the effects of a comedy film versus a documentary, and these were quite amazing. The people who laughed in the Good Humor show showed a dilation of the blood vessels by up to 1/5. This improved irrigation to their body and mind, and these effects were observed for a period of 24 hours. Now, on the contrary, those who participated in the documentary showed a constriction of the blood vessels by up to 18%, proving that even the most minor stress reduces blood flow, affecting our health incrementally. So next time you go see a movie, you might want to check and see maybe a little humor would help. But what has happened to laughter in our everyday? Laughter has been seen as an infantile and informal expression that doesn't fit in the world of business and social spheres. But its lack can result in great negative effect to our physical, social, and emotional health. A good laugh can go from the nervous release before a meeting to a great change of focus that can help us resolve something that appears unsolvable. It can also help us prepare to confront irreparable or catastrophic situations. Experts recommend a minimum of 10 minutes of laughter a day. I recommend all the laughter that may be necessary. We must allow laughter to refine our place in life. Let's not let irony allow us to disdain and reproach. Worthless criticism only embitters the moment. Let's find a spontaneous and natural response. Let's remember that time when unreasonable things were laughable, things of the moment, those times when we didn't take things so seriously. Let's not take ourselves so seriously that we lose the simplicity of life. Let's enjoy the sense of good humor that we humans possess. Let's observe that a smile can more easily take us to laugh more frequently, and that laughter starts to become spontaneous even in the most ironic moments. And little by little, we will notice that it is easier to laugh than to curse or get angry. We stop frowning and we let go of that which weighs heavy on our backs, on our stomach, or in our joints. Because laughter can help us release some of that tension that begins to affect our body in the long run. Observe kids in the playground. Watch how everything is about enjoying the moment and leaving all seriousness to the adults. Let's break the mold in which we've been forced to subject ourselves. Let's be children once again and recuperate our healthy and abundant sense of humor. Let's let laughter be at the corner of our mouth with the next laugh. And how do we laugh more? Well, when we're out of practice with laughter, we need to find excuses to laugh. How about the joke of the day? You can search and sign up for some of those sites that will be sending you a joke every morning, and you can start your day with a laugh. There's also the comics, or you can buy a joke book and keep it on hand, stick it in your purse, maybe at your desk. And how about a laughter group? And if there isn't one near you, well, how about forming one yourself? And enjoy each laugh that can turn it into a happy laughter. When was the last time you laughed without stopping? Remember that laughter that was the cause of more laughter? How even then, after such a bad bellyache, contracting your stomach from so much laughter, and then you just couldn't stop laughing more? What a great exercise that was, right? I remember how my grandmother and I always found a moment of laughter. The opportunity for crazy laughter was never missed, and we were always thinking of the things that had happened to us and finding the humor in it. And we would laugh so much that our stomach would just hurt and ready to burst, and that just caused us to laugh even more. Those were very special moments, and I cherish them. Let's search for those people with whom we can easily laugh and enjoy ourselves. Let's be free from rules and rigidness and think of laughter more often. Slowly but surely, we will begin to remember what is laughter and how we can find it by looking at the things from a humorous perspective. And what about at the spiritual level? Well, laughter raises us to a more subtle level of energy. It is said that angels bring the joy of God, and that when this is received, there is laughter. And laughter is considered an expression of faith that creates a space for miracles to happen. So that is very interesting, because if by laughing we're elevating our level of energy, when we get to that higher level of energy, then we can be more in touch with our spiritual self, our spiritual environment, and become more open to receiving positive folks around us and positive things happening to us. When we greatly identify with our physical self, we become trapped in how we look, the things that we possess, our social level, and our accomplishments, to mention a few of these things. When we do this, we begin to lose the understanding of who we really are. We begin to think that we are those physical and material things, and we allow ourselves to be trapped in continuing that image every single day, maintaining that image that we've created. We lose the essence of who we really are, who we are in reality. If we learn to laugh at these image layers we've created to invent a screen we want to project or hide behind, we begin to realize that it is our spirit, and our spirit is heart, love, good humor, and laughter, much more than the material layers. It is said that vibration is a point of attraction. That which we emanate is what we attract. And that if our vibration is dense, well, then that is what we're going to be attracting to us like a magnet. And if laughter raises our vibration, well, then more reason to laugh on a more regular basis, because we'll be at an elevated vibration and we will be attracting things of a higher level. Here are some easy recommendations to raise your vibration. But before I give you those, we're going to take a break and we'll be right back.
llegar aquí a mi familia. Eso es lo que más me preocupa.
En nuestras oficinas la consulta siempre es gratis. Si usted no gana, no paga absolutamente nada. Atendemos las 24 horas y si no puede venir, nosotros vamos hasta su casa u hospital.
No dejes que tu evento solo sea local y quede en el olvido. CBBA Production te transmite a todo el mundo tu conferencia, certamen de belleza, quinceañeras o cualquier tipo de evento que tengas totalmente en vivo a través de Facebook, YouTube y cbbaradio.com. Te garantizamos los precios más accesibles de todo Houston. Para mayor información, llámanos al 281-745-4309 o escríbenos a info@cbbaproduction.com.
Te traemos un abogado que sí apoya a la raza. Se llama Cristóbal Galindo. La consulta es gratis y hasta él va para tu casa. Si acaso te han chocado, si acaso te han lastimado, es que el teléfono llama deprisa. Él sí te va a atender. Con él sí vas a poder ganar el dinero que necesitas. Márcale ahorita al abogado de la raza. Te lo recomendamos, los ligaditos.
Hello and welcome back. We're talking about the anti-aging tip number 6, which happens to be laughter. We talked about how laughter can help our physical health, and we talked about how it can help our emotional health as well. And we're discussing the spiritual value of laughter. I'm getting ready to give you some tips here if you want to jot them down. Some easy recommendations that you can follow to raise your vibration through good humor and laughter. Don't be narrow. Remember, you are infinite, invincible, and full of spirit, so don't limit yourself. Allow yourself to be open to whatever might be possible. Expand your point of view to the outside and beyond. Look at the great possibility of things over your limitations. Step on the outside and see what can happen. Look at things from heaven on down. Observe the human game and look at what role you're playing in it. Can you see you are greater than those confabulations? What are the funniest things that you've experienced in your life? And what are the funniest things in the past now that you can see them with a new perspective of how you think and feel this day and age? Do you remember what they were like and how back then you thought some of those things might have been the ultimate? Get together with people you know or that you have known for quite some time and remember old experiences, whether you share them or not. And better yet, find some photos of those days in the past and share them. Do you find them just as serious as they may have seemed back then? Did you check out those orange striped bell-bottom pants you were wearing back then thinking it was the top fashion of the day, or maybe that fluffed up bang hairdo? It's not as important and it might be quite humorous today. And of course, we get to the point where we're going to close our show, but before that, I'm going to share a joke with you. A yogi walks into a pizzeria and asks for one with everything. The pizza man comes back and gives him his pizza. The yogi gives him a $20 bill, and the pizza man keeps the bill. No change, the yogi asks him, and the pizza guy tells him, change comes from within. Okay, friends, with this sample of good humor, I recommend that you raise your vibration so that in that manner you can raise the vibration of the whole world with the real and authentic laugh. Look for the funny things in every day for now, and we will conclude our episode for today. I invite you to join me next week when we'll have a guest come and speak to us about breath work. And remember, you can watch our past episodes on our YouTube channel by searching for Your Health Lilibeth Andre. Thanks, and we'll see you next week.
El programa anterior fue un programa pagado y las opiniones emitidas en el mismo no representan la opinión de CBBA Radio ni de sus patrocinadores.